This is Matrix Lord 212. Hello, everybody. All right. So, I am today talking about a whole bunch of different things. Talking about comics, movies, video games, TV series, streaming service TV series, uh, topics in general, a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to cover. I've been reviewing comic books lately, and I just uploaded a video. I think I still have to. It's actually probably still uploading the Powers of X book. So I'm going to be having more reviews today, comic book reviews. Going to get Silver Surfer Black number 2 and 3 up hopefully today, as well as the Loki series. Probably at least 3 comic book reviews. I don't think I'm going to be able to do more than that. Going to be also reviewing Stranger Things this weekend, the whole season 3. Next week, we're going to be doing some Star Trek stuff. We're going to do the rewatch. We're going to try to get Discovery second episode done for season 1. Again, it's like grinding teeth because I hated the first Discovery episode, and rewatching the second again. I'm dreading it, but I know that you guys want to see the content. So, and it's weird for me to say that, being a huge Trekkie back in the day and even now, to watch something of Star Trek that I really hate, can't stand. But you have to understand it's coming from the Prime Universe canon, and I don't like things that are retconned or things that are not recognizable. So I tend to get pissed with stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting talking about Discovery and also explaining later on why I feel that Star Trek Discovery is in a different universe than the Prime universe. Which, again, it's an opinion, so don't get upset or aggravated. And, you could still disagree with me, and it's fine. But we're going to be doing that, Discovery. I'm also going to try to get Orville reviews in next week. Right now, today, I'm going to be, besides having the 3 comic book reviews up, I'm going to be doing trophy hunting, PS4. I'm a gamer. I love playing games. So I'm going to be, today I got 2 trophies for Overcooked 2. One of the things I really don't like, though, about certain trophies is, like, I don't like it that you have to have a trophy where you need to have a versus mode. Because a lot of times, like, I just play by myself, so I don't have a second controller. And, it's not like I have, not like I have people over and play games or anything like that. Nothing like that. So to have a second controller just to get a trophy and play somebody, I feel they should never have a trophy with that. Also, like, or even if they're going to have a trophy like that, it shouldn't count toward the platinum. And then I don't like half the times where you have a trophy that you have to have multiplayer to get the trophy. Like some of these games you play, like, say, Rayman Legends. It's like, well, why the hell do I need that? I know you need it for the games that they have competition mode, but I don't know. I'm not thrilled with that whole thing, too, because I would have gotten probably a platinum already on that. So here's the thing. Past couple days I haven't been playing PS4 games. I get in my moods. Like, I got like 9 platinums and I got like 900 and I think 11 trophies total. So I have some goals when it comes to the gaming in my spare time. I want to get 1,000 trophies total. I want to get another platinum, a 10th platinum. I want to get games completed, where I want to really have 10 games completed. Not necessarily you have to have a platinum trophy to it, because we know that some games don't have platinum trophies. I think like Walking Dead Michonne has no platinum trophy, and there's a whole bunch of other games that just don't have platinum trophies. They just have regular trophies. So I want to get my percentage up for the more games completed. I want to get more platinums. Try to figure out what the next platinum I'm going to hunt for is. and I'm going to be getting new games. Now, stuff that I plan on getting is I plan on getting the first, like, we're going to start off slow because I'm not going to be going and buying like tons of games. It's not like that. So they have this deal on PlayStation Store. Games are really cheap. And I know that the Rocket League is $10 now on PlayStation Store. So I did like that when I played it back in the day. I do want to have that as part of my collection. Just have fun. Not necessarily have to have trophies, but just play and have fun, you know. So I do want to get the Rocket League as just leisurely, you know. I want to get the Walking Dead Telltale Season 1. I want to get Season 2 after that. I want to get the rest of the Michonne stuff. And then there's I think that's the last season. So I want to start getting the Telltale games. So that's one type of gaming I want to get. That's that one category in itself. So the Telltale games I want to get, the Walking Dead stuff, all of it. I want to get that werewolf thing. And I think that's it for the Telltales. I think. As far as shooters go, I want to get the Darius game. Because back in the day, I played Darius Twin. So I want to get the Darius game. I don't know what it's called. Now, I saw in the PlayStation Store they had Resident Evil Codename Veronica for $7.49. I might want that too. And yes, I know I have a lot of Resident Evil to play. I got to be in the mood. I mean, right now I'm in the Telltale mood and also Overcooked. Now I'm also in Overcooked mood. I tend to play, and this is crazy, but I tend to have like 10 games at a time that I jump back and forth to. And I usually put a list up on Matrix Lord 212 what I'm playing now. And I'm playing, it's weird, I'm playing Wipeout because it was the game, you know. I'm playing the other free game from the previous month, the, what the hell is it called? The Turbo something, that's two games. So I'm playing those 2 racing games. I'm playing the Walking Dead Telltales now because I got the New Frontier, but you know I wasn't that's not thinking that's a third one and this was this. I mean I guess you could play it by itself without the other ones, but so I'm playing playing Overcooked 1 and 2, bouncing back and forth because with the first Overcooked game there's one damn board that I need to beat with 3 stars that I can't do it. And I don't like that when it's like something I can't do. So I can't have that. So I'm going to be practicing with that. So let's see. We're Overcooked 1, Overcooked 2. 2 racing games, that's 4. The New Frontier, that's 5. What else am I playing? There's the, I still have in the background, I play Ms. Pac-Man, I'm trying to get those trophies. And Galaga. That's like the classic stuff. And Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. So, now as far as other games go, I'm probably going to buy... They have this sale on World War Z. I think it's $25. And I was eyeing that game for a little while. And I do love my zombie games. So I might get that down the road with Days Gone also. And then I should start playing the Dead Island that I freaking have, or the freaking Dead Risings, which, So this is like an outlook for the future, 10 games and then beyond that. At some point in time, I got to get back into Soul Calibur and finish that, whatever that mode I'm doing right now. I created my own character and I'm going through the boards. You got to choose if you want to be dark or light. It's getting towards the end with that. So I'm probably gonna. So that's a weird thing. It's like I'm in the racing car mood type of things now, mostly. But there's gonna be a time I'm gonna be back into the fighting mood, and I'm gonna be playing like Street Fighter 5 and Tekken 7 and all stuff in a row, like Marvel, Capcom, whatever the frig game I have. I do want to see if I can get my hands on the Ghosts and Goblins Ultimate PSP, but on the PS4. Because I think I played that once or twice. I think Joe had it, my son Joe. So I do want to get to play that on here. And then again, also I want to get back into the Resident Evil games. I want to, finish like the second one. And I think right now I'm in a bad position because I'm stuck. A certain board, you have no bullets, you have no health, you have no nothing. You're running from dogs. It's ridiculous. And I hate when you get in a position like that where you can't do anything in the Resident Evil games. That's why I think I like Blood Waves, because you have like almost like you're not going to run out of bullets, you're not going to run out of stuff. There's always something you could use. Kind of wish you had like a sword or something like that, because the knives you lose, I think, right? Resident Evil game. Kind of wish you had like a sword. That would have been cool. Okay, yeah, Resident Evil 7 I still got to play. So that's like the gaming pretty much. I'm probably going to get a controller at some point. I need to get a hard drive because that's limiting me to... I really don't like deleting stuff, and the fact that I have to constantly delete stuff annoys me. So I'm probably going to get, next month, September, a hard drive. I want to get a PlayStation camera, and then what I'm going to probably do is I'm probably going to put all the gaming on Twitch. And I'm not going to put anything, I'm not going to do anything else or anybody else with the gaming, because I'm just having a hard time with putting stuff on YouTube and constantly getting flagged and hit. It's just, I even created a gaming channel and was very disappointed that YouTube is set up wrong, where you can't play games really, and you have to I'm hearing that with Twitch, you don't have to worry about that nonsense. You just play. So, and that's what I want to do. I'll probably establish my Twitch account and really put gaming on there when the time comes. This is the outlook. This is for ahead, right? So that's the stuff with the Twitch and the gaming. As far as any other systems go, I don't have anything on the radar of getting anything else. Not getting the Xbox One. I'm not getting Nintendo Switch. I have plenty of stuff to play on PS4. That's this year anyway. Will I get any of the new systems next year? Maybe. Not sure. I do want to eventually set up in here a TV and have my monitor and my computer, but I also want to set up where I can play the classic games that I have, like the Nintendo and Super Nintendo stuff in here, in the corner maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So that's the gaming stuff. The Boys I reviewed, that was great. Gonna watch Stranger Things. As far as movies go, I'm going to watch Suspiria. That's the one. Probably gonna watch that and review that next for the Horrorcast. Since we're getting Horrorcast news, let's do Horrorcast. So Suspiria, I'm gonna watch and review. What else did I want to see movie-wise? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I wanted to see Rampage. I didn't get to see that. And I like the Rock movies, so I want to see Skyscraper also. So that's on my agenda next too. But then again, I got to see Aquaman. I got to see Shazam. So I still want to see those also. So what else? Doctor Who stuff. I mean, Bradley Walsh posts every morning. I mean, it's morning for me, but it's afternoon for you guys, I guess, in the UK. So he's still filming South Wales. I guess it's raining a second day in a row. So I don't know what the hell's happening with the thing. I mean, the thing is, I keep seeing him. I don't see. I saw a video last night, but I guess that was old, where he was singing in the car with Jodie and Tossin Cole and Amanda Gill. It would be nice to know, as fans, it would be nice if the BBC just said something. I mean, would be nice. Are they going to do that? Probably not. Are we going to have any set photos? Probably not. They're probably doing the season finale, whether it be a 1 or 2-parter or whatever, and they're probably doing a Christmas episode. So the thing is, they're probably doing stuff that we really can't see because it would spoil everything. So this is a type of thing that has to be hush hush. But unfortunately, it comes at the time when you had the Cass and Cardiff thing. Now again, and I'm getting tired of saying it, but if Jodie quit, she still has to finish the season. We don't know if she quit. She still has to finish the season. Now it could be like last time, where Chibnall and Jodie fought with the BBC. They were going to quit then, and they made up. It could be that they made up with the BBC, and this is strike two, I guess, for the BBC. And one more thing, maybe that'll be it. I don't know. Maybe they'll do another season, but I think it hurts by not mentioning what exactly happened and why it happened and why there was no restraint in it. How bad was it that this thing got everywhere? And I think that somebody needs to stop it with the damn ego and say something. And so we can move forward. Because something like that doesn't get traction the way it did, that rumor. It's impossible. I mean, the way people are, they can spot, fake stuff and stuff like that won't make it to that. But I know there's no Doctor Who news, so maybe that's the case. I don't know. I do want to see Jodie Whittaker in more seasons. I don't want to see Chibnall in more seasons. And that's the thing. It's like, I want to see Jodie. I don't want to see Chibnall. I actually want to see Jodie under someone else with actually experienced Doctor Who writers. Because how great would that be if she has stories written by Neil Gaiman, Mark Gatiss, all the people that were doing New Who, that were writing for Doctor Who, and she's fantastic. How great would that be? So I just would like her to be under someone else. I don't like what Chris Chibnall was doing with the show as a showrunner. I don't like that he's so secretive with stuff. I don't like that he puts a stop to a lot of things. He's not concerned with the marketing of the show. He's not concerned with the branding of it, meaning that he should be, as a showrunner, just like Moffat. Moffat made sure that Doctor Who was advertised in America, in Times Square, on buses, all over the place. He made sure they had a presence in Comic-Con. He made sure he went to Times Square and he went to the New York Times newspaper and went for interviews with his people while there promoting Doctor Who. Chris Chibnall, as a showrunner, seems like he doesn't want Doctor Who anywhere else but the UK. Like, he's not making an effort to be a Comic-Con. He's making every effort not to be a Comic-Con this time. And it's just that he just, this brand of, it's one thing to make a female doctor, which is fine, but to call it her universe when Doctor Who is for everyone, you're basically saying guys are not allowed to watch it or buy from it or like it. Her universe. Think about that. And Moffat was right when he said that. Think about that. You want Jodie to be a success as a female doctor, but yet you're pushing people to hate because you're calling it her universe. If the Doctor is for everyone, so get rid of that stupid merchandising, advertising thing, and just Doctor Who, no her universe, no his universe, none of that garbage of gender. Just Doctor Who. It's for everyone. You put stuff out there, and you don't just theme it towards girls. I think the problem is like they're like, oh, well, now girls need to have stuff. That's great. Should have had stuff back then too. But you don't like single out all the people that have been buying stuff from you for years and decades. Like, you don't single out the guy fan. I'm gonna go buy something with Doctor Who. All of a sudden, it's gonna say her universe on it. I'm like, oh, I guess that's not for me because I'm not a girl. So like, I bought the sonic screwdriver. That didn't say her universe on it. But, you go to buy anything else, it says her universe on it. Buy a shirt, it says her universe. Sorry, not going to buy that stuff. And the fiasco with the calendars, it's like, then we didn't see any of those calendars here because people were not even going to deal with that nonsense. And they got all the other calendars in Doctor Who. because you can't show Series 11. Why not? The fact that Chibnall stuff was leaked, and then they're going after companies like Microsoft, going after all these companies. Like, I think leaking that thing with Jodie Whittaker was great, and it helped out immensely. For Doctor Who, us fans need to know that the show is in good hands, that it's safe, it's not getting canceled. We know that we have a commission date of 2023, but we don't know if, like, what he's doing to extend that date. Because it would be on my mind if I was a showrunner. If I was a showrunner for Doctor Who and I knew that Doctor Who can't be made past 2023, I would make damn sure that my show in all different departments was a success. So that way the BBC would be like, okay, we're extending this to 2025, 2026, 2027. Russell T Davies and Moffat always got the commission date extended. So they were always boasting, oh, Doctor Who's going to be around for 5 years, 10 years, because they knew, because they got it where it was accepted, it was a success. Now Moffat left. He had to get Chibnall drunk to take over, which is bad because maybe Chibnall is not the right one for the job. Maybe he is an a-hole, but that's not. Maybe you don't need that for Doctor Who because maybe he has an ego more than the other guys. Maybe that's not a good idea because it seems to be there's so much fighting going on with the BBC because they said it flat out last time. They said it. That's real. It was in an article. It was a thing. They said it, confirmed it. They had Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker fighting with the BBC last time, and they almost quit last time. Now we do another series, Series 12. Here we go again. Chris Chibnall fighting with the BBC again, implicating Jodie Whittaker involved with it again. Second series, second problem that they're doing. And the only difference is that after we heard the rumor that Chris Chibnall was fired, and Jodie quit, and then she went back to the set to finish her contractual obligation, nobody from the BBC confirmed or denied. Nobody said, oh, there was a fight, but we smoothed over. Nobody said anything. Then you had radio times. And then what you have a situation is you have some Doctor Who channels that they want to be on the side of they want to be on the side of people that love Jodie and Chibnall because they feel that that's a stronger fan base than the people who, and there's different factions, right? Again, I like Jodie, don't like Chibnall. So I don't know what faction you call that, but then there's a faction that don't like them at all, both of them. So like, and that's the sad part is that, if you're ever going to get into a debate, and really talk things out because you guys disagree, they unfortunately put our category, like me and Scott, some of our members that like Jodie but don't like Chibnall, in the category of, oh, they just don't like Jodie Whittaker, they don't like female Doctor. And that's like a dumbed down, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? That's like a dumbed down way to explain things because they don't know how to respond to a debate or deal with someone that loves Jodie but doesn't love Chibnall. It's like not allowed. It's supposed to be like just black and white, like no gray areas. So people tend to like not know how to deal with that. So they just throw you in the category if you don't like Jodie, which is not good at all. Okay. I don't know how many casts I've said. And again, I know when I put it out there, when I first found out that Jodie was the Doctor and was a female Doctor, I was irate. I was pissed. I flew Kane in across the room. Had some members on here, somebody, people pissed. And it took literally, and you saw the progression, the evolution on my cast. It took maybe 500 casts that whole year before it started for me to come around to Jodie and then accept Jodie and like Jodie. Okay. I had subscribers sending me clips and Go see this movie with her. You'll love her. Go see this. And I took the clips and I watched it. I'm like, oh, wow. She was in a play with Christopher Eccleston. Oh, wow. She's really good. Which, wow. Imagine if she acts like that as the Doctor. That would be something to see. So, of course, I had open-minded Chibnall, too, thinking, oh, Chibnall's going to do great, probably, I'm sure. He did Doctor before. And then all of a sudden we saw the season, and it was like, oh, my God, why did I think this guy was going to do good? Jesus. This guy is just, he has his own BFFs, photography people that are only of them are allowed to take pictures. Only of them are allowed, and then you go to share a picture. Oh my God, you're gonna get your flag down. You can't show anything. And like, wait a minute, when did Doctor Who become a thing where you can't post anything? I mean, like the BBC required and loved the fact that people were doing podcasts on Doctor Who because it was like free promotion, right? Now you would get flagged if you had. Literally, the BBC went after my Instagram. I never had a problem with my Instagram. I never had a problem with getting things taken down from Facebook. Never had a problem, whatever, right? YouTube, yeah, they are not super for advertisers, but they went after my Instagram, right? And they pulled the pictures of Jodie with the Sonic, Jodie with the steam goggles, but the people that were their BFFs, like that were doing stuff for the BBC that were like fan shows and pro Jodie and everything, they were allowed to have their pictures on their Instagram. But I wasn't allowed to because, oh, he doesn't, like they didn't like me, So what kind of garbage is that? That's discrimination. Where now, under Chibnall's reign, anybody that was talking about Chibnall's episodes or upcoming episodes or whatever, he just like, I don't want nobody talking about me. I'm gonna flag. I want them all flagged. Anybody's talking about Sonic Screwdriver, the calendar, the TARDIS console room, flag him, flag him, flag him. I don't care. And the channel, sure, get him down, BBC. It's like, what? I have like the most podcasts of Doctor Who in history and videos. I love Doctor Who. Why are you attacking me? What do you want to hide? What are you worried about? And it wasn't just me, though. It was other Doctor Who channels that every time they would get, people would mess with us. People would mess with us on YouTube. People would mess with us on Instagram. People mess with us on Facebook, on Twitter, on all these different social media. And then it got to be difficult because then it's like, well, I want to talk about Doctor Who and I want to show, oh, cool, this is happening. And I might lose my channel because of it. And it's like, why is that? So that probably made everybody more critical of Chibnall because they're like, wait a minute. This guy just doesn't want people talking about Doctor Who, doesn't want you to see what the monsters are, doesn't want to have toys for it other than it's female. You don't want to have a figure of the Pating before it starts, or you don't want to have a figure of any monsters in the whole season before it starts. But all you want to have in like Hot Topic is a TARDIS with rainbows and earrings and a TARDIS bag and a Doctor Who Barbie and a Doctor Who, one Doctor figure that's a Titan, one Doctor figure that's an oversized Titan, one plush Jodie. And it's like, well, what about the villains? What about the companions? What is this on the collar? Her universe. And it's like, I thought they just said that they're not, like, just because it's a female Doctor, it's for everyone. They're not pushing it where it's her, but that's a contradiction. And then the logo, it's like, wait a minute, why is there a female logo in Doctor Who? If they're making it like the Doctor is not about that. So the Doctor could not be about it, but definitely the showrunner is, which is bad because it's conflicting with everything else. So he's shoving it in your face. And then when we saw the episodes and we see the dialogue, and we're like, why is she talking about having, like, sisters and what? Wait, what? I know Moffat did some stuff too, but I was like, wait a minute. Why? What are you talking about? Like, don't make it like. First of all, here's the thing: you want to promote Jodie Whittaker as a doctor, the first female doctor. Don't make it like she's like the eighth female doctor, because like, I don't know what the hell was going on with the writing, but it was making it like the doctor was a woman before, and I'm like, oh, so very frustrating. And it got so frustrating that when stuff was coming out, like the Timeless Child, nobody gave a shit because they're like, why is she fighting a handkerchief? Why is she fighting a bed sheet, cloth? Like, didn't we get money from China? Didn't we get all this money to do budget? I mean, I know the CGI is better and everything's better, but why ain't they creating a villain that, like, spend a little money on? Like, you want to create a new season, and it's like that time when Moffat did the Atraxi and the Eye in the Sky, and he said that almost got Doctor Who canceled because pissed everybody off because, like, you have a lot more money to do with the budget. Why are you putting an Eye in the Sky? Look stupid. So, like, why the hell are she fighting, like, drapes? And drapes are talking to you? Like, am I supposed to get excited about drapes threatening you? Talking to you? No. So, that whole speech about the childless child, and like, it just gets, like, passed up because it's like bed sheets were talking about something, like, for a plot. So, like, who cares about that? Right? I mean, here's the thing. Where did the money go for China? Oh, I'm sorry. They had private jets. Oh, I'm sorry. They got to stay in the best hotels. They got to go exotic locales. But what does that have to do with the writing? Like, was the writing above average compared to all these exotic places that they were going to? No, actually. The Ghost Monument. Here's the thing. I see the first episode and I loved it, right? I mean, it's a little different. It seemed like a little dark. It seemed a little bit, and I'm going to say a little bit cheap. Seemed a lot cheap, maybe. But I still loved it, right? Because I'm like, oh, Doctor Who. It's like, they had bubble wrap monster, and they had cardboard cutouts, and they had like whatever. So Doctor Who, they don't have. But then I'm like, well, wait a minute, they got millions of dollars. What are you talking about? They got more money than they ever had. So why is there a Hershey Kiss there? Why is there like a? But still, I gave it an 8. I gave the first episode an 8. And then when we got to Ghost Monuments, that's when I got to see for real what this season was going to be. And here it is, which the writing was bad. The Doctor could have killed all her companions. Her fam. They're in space. And the Doctor's like, oh shit, I just killed everybody. The pure fear in her eyes. Like, excuse me, but, like, I know it's supposed to be fun and fam and all that, but you almost got all your companions killed. Like, doesn't that bother you a little bit? Like, and again, they're strangers to her, and she's strangers to them. She's strangers to them, so they don't know her from Adam. So there was some resistance, which I did appreciate. I did appreciate that Ryan Sinclair gave her some shit in the second episode, like, hey man, I play Call of Duty. I know what the F I'm doing. I don't need to follow you. That made sense to me. What didn't make sense to me was the fact that they weren't mad at her at all. And they just went along like companions are. They weren't really, really companions. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they were forced to be with her. So how could you call them companions at that point? But yet they're all believing in her like they've been with her for 20 years. Like, she'll get us home. How do you know that? How do you know any of that? Especially Graham. I'm surprised Graham wasn't more critical. Like, your grandson's life is in this woman's hands. You don't know her. Like, why are you so like, oh, I love her. She's great. I'm going to do what she says. She's the boss. And then the resolution to that with the TARDIS being a ghost mind, which was right? But then the TARDIS spitting out a biscuit, which is a cookie. Like, here you go, pets. Here's a cookie. Do you really need to have food on the TARDIS? Like, what are we doing then? Now we're having a relaxed thing where we're piling the TARDIS and we're eating in there too. Remember how, like, when you were a kid and your parents like, don't eat in the living room, don't eat whatever, you can only eat in the kitchen, right? Now you're getting such a relaxed moment that you got food popped out of the TARDIS. It's like sandwiches. It's just like, it's like a pinball machine. Boom. Oh, here's a sandwich. Cool. Hey, Doc, a dollar. Yeah. It's like, what? God, I'm trying to remember all the episodes and I hated some of them. Just overall, it's like the season was just a letdown. But I liked her. That's the weird thing. It's like I liked her. I liked Graham, but I just felt with Mandip Gill, like, she's a cop. Like, utilize that. They didn't utilize that till the last damn episode with the Dalek to her fullest potential. But like, she's just been there the whole season. And they didn't even like talk about Ryan and her's relationship too much with school. They hinted that they liked each other, but they didn't have no romance thing. They didn't have any of that stuff. And then they have this thing they're hinting at about the Doctor favorite companion is Yaz. You don't know why. Yeah, I would think it would be Graham, but you don't know why. She loves Yaz. And Yaz has this thing where she likes the Doctor too, where when they get back in the fourth episode and they're like, oh, we're back home. Like, screw this, we're gone. And the Doctor's like, oh, like they weren't really companions. They were just with me to get home. And, oh, yeah, that's right. The Rose episode. That was another mistake because Rose episode should have been episode 7. So for them to put that right away, I think is a mistake. I think they should have had the Witchfinders as third episode. I think that's what originally was. And that would have made sense. But to do the Rose episode, Rosa Parks episode, Rosa episode, I'm sorry. I did not like that episode at all. I did not understand why the T-Birds from Greece guy's there and why he's from the future, yet I understand he can't do certain things, but use your damn brain, and there's no reason why he was racist. So you didn't even do a backstory on why he was racist, that he was racist. And why does Rosa Parks have anything to do with space? Like, that was kind of weak. So I wasn't liking that. I liked the Spider episode. That was pretty cool for me. Of course, it wasn't in all of UK. It was only localized to a small area, so I don't know why you had the title like that. But I did enjoy that episode a lot, actually. And I felt, okay, at the end of the episode, this solidified that they're her companions. They want to travel, But there was this thing throughout the season that something was wrong with her. Like, the conundrum, whatever, they detected that something was wrong with her. In the Kablam episode, the scan, something was wrong. But they left it there like that. You didn't know. So what's wrong with her? Or anything wrong with her? Or is this going to be thrown under the rug where somebody put it in there and they just leave it behind? They don't want to really talk about it, But what's wrong with her? When I saw the resolution, I'm like, oh, here we go. Thank God. The Dalek, thank God. Because I'm like, this is awesome. I really loved the New Year special. And I'm like, great. Classic Monsters, perfect. And I liked Jodie getting pissed. I love that. That was like, now we're getting there. But I said from the very beginning, I said, you know what? You gotta throw everything at her the first season. Don't go light on her. And Chibnall went light. He went so light that there was no night. Frog Universe, Tim Shaw, which is a joke, and the finale. Well, originally the finale was the Battle of Grants for Abkolos. First of all, I know that it sounds like Chibnall doesn't like fans, but don't make a title that's just meaningless. I know you're trying to be fancy, but nobody's going to remember that title. Nobody's going to say that title. And that was supposed to be the finale, which was weak until they made it that the New Year's special was the finale, because that's what a finale is. That was good. And again, opened up the door to what is Jodie going to be like when she actually faces her foes. And then we got to see that in the New Year's special, which I loved her performance. Loved it. So I want to see more of it. I want to see her in a situation, she gets pissed or she gets like, it's a tough spot, but she comes out of it because she's the doctor. And, I believed she was the doctor, when I watched her. It's just that the writing sucks, so she's a great actress dealing with some bullshit right now. And how do you fix that? You stop it with we want to like be diverse. Yeah, okay, diversity is nice, but could you get people that's diverse that knows how to write a sci-fi episode maybe? I have no problem with that. I have no problem with you hiring any type of race there is, but could you get them if they're experienced with Doctor Who? Because if they never wrote for Doctor Who before, it's like the frog's a universe. I mean, really? And it's just, and then stop with the stupid things like the guy who was like almost like Trump or something in the Spider episode. We need that garbage in there. Do you? Could we just get to like the Doctor saving the world or say whatever? So yeah, I'm excited about Series 12 because Cybermen are in it, Daleks are in it, Sea Devils maybe, Jejune is in it, the Master possibly. So yeah, this is Doctor Who. This finally looks like Doctor Who now. We think, but then we get what's happening in Doctor Who. Oh, I don't know. Why not? Chibnall won't let us see anything. It's like, does he put it in Doctor Who magazine? No, and even Doctor Who magazine is kind of making fun of like him because he won't give them anything. You have a magazine that's devoted to the damn show. Put them on the freaking set and let them take pictures for crying out loud. Jesus, the guy doesn't care. He doesn't like. Hey, if you don't like put new stuff in the magazine may not survive. Now, I know it survived back in the 80s when it was canceled, but with social media and everything now, the magazine could end because of you, Chipko, because you won't give them the scoop. Give them stuff. God, get nothing. All we get is in Doctor magazines, they're showing all the past doctors, but we get nothing throughout the year with Jodie, really. And it's like, she's the doctor. She's promoting less than any doctor in history, I think. They don't promote her at all because they have nothing to show with her because they're not allowed to see anything with her. How do you have that? When like Sylvester McCoy was the doctor and Doctor Magazine and Sylvester McCoy, like all the friggin' time when we were filming the season and everything. He's the doctor. This is what we're promoting, right? The only time you have is when the season's about to start or through the season, but when the season's not on and they're filming, you don't have nothing on Jodie, like kind of. Maybe you have a little blurb. Here's Jodie. She wore different color socks. It's like, Chibnall, could you give them something? God, man. Or even do a damn interview where you don't control the questions and people ask you deep shit. Hey, Chibnall, how do you feel about the Weeping Angels? Hey, Chibnall, like, what's going to happen with this season? Are you going to go back to Gallifrey? How do you feel about Gallifrey? How do you feel about this? Like, something. Don't give us like these calculated answers where this season the Doctor's going to really talk about the environment. It's like, what? About plastic bottles and what? What are you talking about? Hey, Sally. Like, just it's like if you're a writer, right? You don't put your own crap into the writing because, like, you're like this is what the writers do lately. I don't think they're trained right. We're like if something's going on, like first of all, like this is a sci-fi show, right? I mean, yeah, you could do a Sea Devils where they're polluting the waters, okay. but don't make like an overall the whole season like the Earth's gonna collapse or something. I mean, like, and don't like we heard those stupid rumors of a female Dalek. That just doesn't make any sense at all. I don't think that's happening. So I don't want to see no female Dalek stuff. And could we have a redesigned Sea Devils or classic Sea Devils, whatever? Could we have like Ice Warriors? Could we have? And another thing, Chibnall, why? If you respect other people, right? Why can't you have Mark Gatiss on there? Like, why would Mark Gatiss not allowed to write for Doctor Who? This should be a law against that. Like, you can't, like, how could you not have these people who devoted their lives for like 10, 15 years with Doctor Who, whatever? Guy wrote Adventure in Space and Time for crying out loud. Come on. Like, how could Mark Gatiss not be allowed to write for Doctor Who? Yes, of course, I understand you're not going to like everything that Mark Gatiss does. I get it. I hated Sleep No More, but he put out some good stuff. I mean, you got to have your writer's room. And wow, does this really show that you did a writer's room when it looks like shit? It looks lesser than any Doctor Who team in history. Your writer's room. Today, people, what we're going to talk about, you're going to like this. The Frog is a universe. And this is how we're going to explain it. It's like crickets in the room. What? And you get Alan Cumming, like, why don't you utilize him to the fullest potential? Like, why is it? Why can't he be right? I don't know. I don't know what the hell is happening with them. I don't know what their mindset is. Then you get the impression that maybe the BBC forced them to. I really hope, Callie, that they bring back Madame Vastra, because I loved Madame Vastra. And I especially loved Madame Vastra with Matt Smith, because you got the impression that Madame Vastra was a companion of the 11th Doctor. And then it gradually evolved where she said that the Doctor saved Jenny, and that's how she met Jenny. And of course, we know that he sentenced Strax for punishment to being on that world to heal the sick and everything. So, like, I really like the Paternoster gang, and I wish they had a series, but Moffat took the check and ripped it up and did not want that. But yet we got Class, which I think Class was the BBC giving Moffat the finger because they wanted to do a Paternoster series and he didn't want it. And then they went with somebody else, and then he was pissed about it. And they says, well, if you feel so bad about it, you can be producer. Which I felt that was kind of like sabotage, because this is his baby. He was the showrunner, and it's like now he has no control with the Doctor Who spinoffs because pissed off the BBC by ripping up a check for Paternoster series. So yeah, I would love to have Madame Vastra and the Paternoster gang, and I think that would be done perfectly. In fact, I would even suggest, because we heard that they have a spaceship and that they don't just stay in Victorian era, they can go around through time. I would suggest a major team up with Vastra and Kate Stewart, where you would build up a massive friendship on par with Kirk and Spock, but with Vastra and Kate Stewart. That is what. Oh, take care, bro. That is what you need to do. You need to build up relationships in Doctor Who. And that doesn't have to necessarily be romance either. I mean, you could look. She is all for like protecting the Earth, and she's all for like equality and everything, and she's also great at fighting, and I think she would get along great with Kate Stewart, and maybe they could even say that she had interactions with the Brigadier, and she loved the Brigadier like as a friend or something too. I mean, I would really want to build up relationships like friendship, not just romance, but friendship, like the Doctor and Donna, right? Why can't you have that? Like, why can't these people that helped out the doctor, why can't they meet up? Why can't they be friends? Why can't they, like, why can't that happen? So being like Kate Stewart running unit with Osgood, interacting with Vastra would be fantastic. And I think Jody and Vastra would be fantastic. In fact, I would vote for even Madame Vastra to travel, if not with the Paternoster gang, that Vastra travel with Jody. You could have a Christmas special or a special where, if Bradley Walsh has to do the chase and he can't film and everybody else is doing other things, you could have Jody with Vastra. How great would that be? They'd be friends because they're deeply friends, like great friends, where she was protecting him. Remember when he was depressed and gave him what he needed, made sure he ate, made sure like whatever, and she was supporting him as a friend and chilling out, making sure he's okay, like, and then helped out with the regeneration. It's like I really think that Vastra should be a presence with Jody. I would also like to see like the writing take the form where some people don't accept her. Like play off the fandom where how people are against the female doctor. Put that in the writing where some organizations they know the doctor was a man and they're not sure, they don't know about the regeneration stuff. They know he changes his face, but they just don't accept that she's the doctor, and the doctor having to deal with the struggle of people not accepting her on who she is, and throw a companion into it, like where she seeks out someone for moral support, or maybe Martha Jones would just be there to talk to, or Harry Jones, and I would love to see how the doctor's actions affected a person like Harry Jones. Now, Harry Jones, she did what the Brigadier had done. Brigadier, when the doctor left, the Brigadier bombed the whole freaking race of the what do you call it? The Silurians, I believe, right? He just bombed the whole damn base. He didn't want the doctor to see that, so he just bombed the whole crap, right? But Harry Jones, Prime Minister, she bombed the ship, Sycorax, right? And he basically manipulated, like he had like the like the thing like the master, you will obey me type of thing. He put this little thing in there where it expanded like wildfire, and she lost her position as prime minister. Now, did she hate him for it? Did she hold a grudge? I mean, it didn't appear so, but she did lose everything because of him. So, and it was supposed to be the golden age, and he changed time because he didn't like what she did. And I would like to see that. Now we heard from Russell T Davies that she's still alive. She escaped. Something happened. I would like to see her interact with the doctor, and I mean, why not have some emotion about it? Like you basically ruined her life. Like why not have some little, hey, why'd you do that? Hey, whatever. Why not have ramifications of the doctor's past actions come back to deal with Jody? You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely want to see Jenny. You could see Jenny, yeah, Martha and Jenny in unit. That would, I mean, Martha kind of, after almost drowning in the doctor's daughter, it altered her destiny where instead of becoming a doctor, she became a mercenary. Like she thought being tough, because she almost died and was helpless. So now that created that whole mindset of instead of just being a doctor and curing people, she's never going to be helpless because she's going to work out and she's going to have weapons and she's going to be tough and she's going to shoot things. And it's like, wow, her destiny totally got wrong, like messed up wrong. That's not what she should have been, and have the doctor deal with that. Have the doctor deal with a mercenary Martha Jones that should have been a friggin' doctor, and find out the like she has trauma, almost drowning, like that she didn't tell him. Just find out. She had that traumatic experience where like he does the mind meld on her and he finds out, oh my god, my companion, while I'm going through this stuff with my daughter, she almost died and she was traumatized. Oh my god, how could I not know that? How could I not see that? How could I overlook that? So that would be amazing. Have like Jodie show up and check on Donna Noble. Because why does Donna Noble have regeneration energy in that ring that she used to end the time? It was like, what? Like the fact that she's on Earth and doesn't bump into somebody. I mean, is there like a force field? I mean, how could she not bump into Tegan Javanka? Because isn't Tegan Javanka like an ambassador according to Sarah Jane Adventures, right? Like, how could she not bump into? And you know what? Why that era is gone with Moffat. So why can't Chibnall be about that? You want to have fam, right? Why can't he involve the Doctor's real fam over this friggin' years? Joe Grant showing up. I mean, what's the problem? Like, why are we keeping them out? This is a whole new thing. So why not? You're a time traveler. Why not have your past companions show up? You're on Earth. You're in the area. Like, really? Why not? So, and see what happened to some companions. How they evolved. How they're trying to help the Earth in their own way. But I think the reason why, Series 11 didn't work is because it was detachment. Detachment away from everything Doctor Who. And I think the only way you could create that bond, that connection, is to reattach it. Bring in some familiar faces. Bring in classic monsters, but not just classic monsters. Like, how come we never saw Ian Chesterton and we're friggin' basically in Coal Hill School? How could that be? How could that be? What a missed opportunity. What is the big deal to have them show up and have a 5-minute conversation with the Doctor? I mean, is it they can't handle that type of dialogue? Then you know what? Let Mark Gatiss write it. I mean, it doesn't have to be that they're part of the episode, but it could be at the end of the episode if they're doing something with Coal Hill. The Doctor's walking down the hallway and bumps into Ian Chesterton. How great would that be? River Song, you know what? I never understood how the Doctor would the hell with the universe for Clara, but would not save the ponds, would not save River, go back. I mean, you've encountered the nanogenes in The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. So grab some nanogenes in a jar, go back to Sounds of the Library, throw it on her body gets healed, and then pop her back in her body. Like, I don't understand that. How difficult is that? The nanogenes was even used by the Daleks to create Daleks. So why not have a connection with Captain Jack and the nanogenes? Because that's when it started with Captain Jack, right? Do that. Bring Captain. Why is Captain Jack not in anything? Do you ever wonder that? I mean, okay, audios, but like, why is Captain Jack not involved in anything? That's insane. That's insane. And instead of Moffat bringing Captain Jack into it, he made Maisie Williams a Captain Jack. That she wasn't. It wasn't her fault, but it was his fault. You have Maisie Williams and you wasted her. And the fact that she survives, why would she survive over everybody else? Be the last person on Earth or whatever. And that whole thing with Missy. You know what? Handle that. she got Gallifreyan technology. Like, well, first of all, Moffat did handle it a little bit. He said that when John Sims' master went back with Rassilon, which, Timothy Dalton, right? He said that basically they went back during the middle of the Time War. He's like, look, we don't have time for this. Heal them up because we need everybody we can against these people, against the Daleks, right? So they healed up the master, they cured him, right? And then he's like, I want a TARDIS, I want this, I want that. Okay, are you gonna help us? No, then just go, right? Because whatever. That's but you never explain how they just let him take all this technology or build that thing as Missy. Like, and she has like a camera where everything Clara sees, she saw. So how come Clara's the only one that would be uploaded into the Nethersphere, but a kid from Iraq would be, or everybody else on Earth but Clara? That doesn't make any sense either. And the whole thing of her being in the shop, why why don't we ever see that? So a lot of things left unsaid in Doctor Who that Chibnall could have just used. It's not like he's not allowed to use it. I mean, I think Moffat said that just because he leaves doesn't mean that he takes his creations with him. That basically they're allowed to use everything that's been in Doctor Who. They're allowed to use Weeping Angels. They're allowed to use, the Ood. So then use them. Really? I mean, why not? Use them. She should encounter John Sims' master. Because what they should do is, because their memory isn't exact, she thinks he regenerated, but he doesn't. Because I like John Sims, so I want him to stay master a little bit, but I want to see more adventures. But I also want to see Missy too. I want to see her, but I believe that there was an incarnation in between. I don't think it was just flat out, boom, I want to be a doctor's friend. You kind of gotta gradually go into it. So you would have another incarnation, not sure if they should be friends with the doctor, like the Dream Lord, maybe Toby Jones. I always envisioned that John Simmons regenerates into Toby Jones. In fact, I would do that. I would do that in an episode with Jodie. She's battling John Sim, and then he regenerates, and she thinks Missy's coming, and it's not. And she's like, oh, okay. And they're like, doctor, is something wrong? No, everything's okay. Because she'd be like, wait, I thought Missy's supposed to come. But then she'd be concerned that maybe time got altered, which that would cause a whole problem with her timeline too. But she'd push it aside for something happening. But yeah, I would totally shock everybody. And Toby Jones, master, but doesn't want to be called master. I'm the Dream Lord. And they'll be like, oh, because then you have Matt Smith and Toby Jones. That was the master. And you'd be like, oh, that's great writing. How cool is that? Where he wasn't really, he was the enemy, but it wasn't really. And then he was kind of playing mind tricks with him, thinking that it's him. It's not really, an entity, but it's him. It's really the doctor's evil side, which is bullcrap because Toby Jones was controlling the TARDIS controls. So how could that be? So, and then also another opportunity too was the voice in the TARDIS. That was Omega, as far as I'm concerned, because only Omega would have the power, like he did to beam stuff out of the antimatter universe, was to beam Amy's consciousness into the Ganger outside the universe. Only Omega could do that. And you had to have Madame Corvarian have a grudge against the Doctor and someone be above her that she answered to. I always said too, just reveal, because they always they never really explained why Amy's kid was like Time Lord. They were like, oh, they had sex in the TARDIS, and that's it. What if it was not that at all? What if it was the fact that Rory is the kid of a Time Lord, and they wiped his memory and they threw him on Earth, like almost like a Superman thing, but just left him on Earth and being raised by, because wasn't he adopted? Just raised by a family, and like maybe stuff happens, and you know travels through time because his name badge had the wrong year on it because they focused on it. It's like what? So you know because that would make sense if Rory. It could be where maybe Rory is a hybrid of a human and a Time Lord, and instead of like regeneration effect, he just like he heals, like doesn't die, but he doesn't regenerate. So like that's why Rory dies a million times, and you're like, what the hell is that? And Rory could be the first and only cross between the Time Lord and human, you know. And then River's like totally two hearts and regenerations and all that other stuff because you know there's that. Metacrisis Doctor. I know this became a whole Doctor Who fest, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tend to think that the Metacrisis Doctor has so much Donna Noble in him, but just picture Donna Noble in him, but doctorish in him where wants to end things and not work things out, like genocide of the Daleks, right? So that could be a bad thing where he's the Valyard, he's a villain, he becomes a villain. He's not a copy. He's not really a copy of the Doctor. He looks like him, he sounds like him, he acts like him, but at the end of the day, he wanted to kill the Daleks without any other solution. And it's like, oh, so where's that coming from? That could be your Valyard. That could be, you know, not that I would want that because I would want the Doctor to be the Valyard because it would be like the actual Doctor to be the Valyard because it would be so much better that you have that to look forward to and you don't really look forward to that. Like no matter what you do, you save the universe a million times. The moment you regenerate into that, you're destroying everything. And it's like that is a fear that I thought the Doctor saw in the God Complex. The Cloister Bell and the TARDIS is screaming because the TARDIS knows that he's evil. And maybe the TARDIS turns against him because he's evil. You know, like the TARDIS controls itself half the times, you know, turns on him. So the one thing I never liked was I never liked that the TARDIS turned on the 11th Doctor in that episode. I didn't accept the journey to the center of the TARDIS. I didn't see how they had such a connection and the TARDIS was willing to kill him a million times when he was traveling through the TARDIS. So, and that whole thing about him traveling to the future to see Clara's death. Did he see Face the Raven? Did the 11th Doctor see Face the Raven? See, I love Doctor Who so much because I'm so into it, and I think all these different things, what ifs, speculation, and stuff, is because I enjoy the show. You can't just talk about this if you didn't enjoy the show. You can't just say all these different things if you hate the show. There's love there, and I love the show. I just don't like, I hate things that are happening to it that are making it bad, and that's the problem. So anyway, back to Matt Smith. It would have been so good if we would have got that last season because Moffat supposedly was going to explain everything with that, with Madame Corvarian and all of that. And you tend to wonder, well, because we never have that, Moffat goes down in history as just doesn't explain anything, period. But what if that wasn't the case? What if that he built all this up for all these years just to have that season to explain it all? You know, because as a writer, you want to have a resolution. You want to have, you know, beginning, middle, and end. And there was no end with Moffat because it was just like unfinished business that was never revealed. So we would have had that whole season. What would it have been? Would he really do what he actually said he was going to do? Is he kept promoting like he was bringing Madame Corvarian back. So like, would we really have had that? Like, and I would want to know what the scripts are for that season we never saw because I don't entirely believe it's what we saw with Capaldi. I think that there was stuff there, like Madame Clavarian, all that stuff that he just maybe created a synopsis, maybe create a couple sentences for what episode's going to be what. But we don't know what that is, and I would love to just flat out be able to talk to him and ask him one day, just emotions aside, because I know that people's emotions run like. Look, I've done a lot of Doctor Who casts, and in the beginning, I was saying how much of a genius he was and he's perfect. And then when I saw that he wasn't perfect and everything, I started like Moffat bashing, right? Or Moffat pissed off that he didn't explain this, didn't do this. And then after a while, it seemed like I was like, Moffat sucks, Moffat this, Moffat that. But like overall, he did put out like some of the best stuff, and I would love to ask him like what his plans were without him being not saying anything, but actually being genuine and open up and saying, oh, Madame Clavarian was a companion of Dr. 15, and they got close, and then he dumped her, and then, or he turned on her or something, and she sought revenge, and she devoted her life towards meeting the wrong people, traveling through time, going through his time stream, wrecking him, destroying him. That's why. And be like, oh, okay. That would explain a lot. And that he was going to have Omega as the big bad, and then he found out he wasn't allowed to use him, and then he couldn't. Like, oh, that makes sense, because I just, I saw Moffat across the street when they were filming Angels Take Manhattan. That was by Tudor City Plaza. So I'm standing over here, and Moffat's across the street with Matt Smith and Karen Gillan. And it was like, and Matt Smith, we were like this close. I went to shake his hand, but the cops got in the way when they were filming because they didn't want anybody to touch them, even to shake their hands, nothing. So I would just love to know, though. I don't even know if I'm ever going to be in a situation where I bump into Moffat, or if I'm overseas or he's here, but I would just love to know what his plans truly were, for that extra season that would have been with the Doctor. Pretty much. So what do you guys think? You guys like these live streams? I see a few guys here. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you want me to continue them? I mean, I never really think that they do a difference. Like that, I don't think you guys like them, because I got some comments here though. So what do you think? You think I should do more in the future? Let me know. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Had a great time. Thank you guys for commenting. Take care. Bye for now.